Why, hello there, and welcome to the Soul Sister channel. On this Sunday, July the 9th, my name is Kat. I have our astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, July the 15th. And let's get started. I'm calling this week, it's all in the details. We have two energy shifts. We have Mars going into Virgo on Monday, and that's going to be my topic that we're going to talk about. But we also have Mercury going into Leo on Tuesday. So let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about Mars going into Virgo. This is going to be kind of the overall theme of the week. Virgo is an earth energy. It's also a mutable energy, making this energy enabling us to make adjustments and refinements, and that's good. And then we also have Mercury going into Leo, which gives us our confidence, our creativity. We are just feeling so sure of ourselves. So we have these two major energy shifts. But I want to talk about Mars and Virgo because we've been talking about in the past weeks, we've been talking about building strong, healthy foundations, no matter what we're working on. If it's a situation, if it's a relationship, is it a new project, whatever it is. And we've been talking about making sure that we don't skip any steps, we don't gloss over, that we stay focused and get our work done so that we can move our project ahead successfully. And that is the theme. Do not skip any steps. Do not think this isn't going to matter or that's not going to matter. This week, we really focus on what we need to do to make our relationship project situation successful. We also have, as I stated before, Mercury is in Leo, giving us the confidence to move forward. So we're feeling good about ourselves this week. But this is why I love astrology, because it's a quirky kind of week. It's a little bit different because we're going to be productive and we can get a lot done by really focusing and staying conscious and following the steps. But we're not going to get a lot of outside support for whatever we're doing this week. So my best advice, don't look for outside confirmation this week. Everyone has their own issues going on. A lot of these issues have to deal with security and being safe, and whatever we're working on may cause a little ripple in their safe environment. So we have that going on, but it is a productive week, especially on Tuesday. But on the other hand, this is this crazy thing about it. On the other hand, after work, like during the evenings of all this week, is actually a great time to hook up with our friends, do something with our partner. So even though we don't have the support for a project at work, we still can end the day and hang out with our buddies and really enjoy the evening and socializing and networking. So we have that going on. So that's kind of the theme for the whole week. So just get it done, keep our nose to the grindstone. Whatever we're working on, keep at it. We've got the energy now. If we need to make any refinements or adjustments, we're probably going to be pretty clear about it, and we'll be able to do that successfully. So that is a theme for the week. We also have talk about socializing in the evening. It is on Wednesday that we have a great opportunity to begin a new partnership, a new relationship. We've had a lot of that energy this year. So on Wednesday evening, have your antenna up if you're looking for a new relationship, because somebody might be coming in. And for those of us who are already in a relationship, it's a great time to celebrate that partnership and do something special for our partner, and make sure, because now we got Mercury in Leo on Tuesday, make sure we're letting them know how much we appreciate them, how much they mean to us. That will really, really help our week out. Now let's talk about this Mars in Virgo, all in the details. I talked a little bit about how we need to, whatever project we're working on, relationship situation, we need to follow the steps. We need to make sure that we're paying attention to the details, because it's in the details that we will find what we need to make whatever it is successful. The other thing about Mars in Virgo, Virgo is an earth energy. It's mutable, like I said. It's also about our health. So remember, Saturn is retrograde. If we don't have a good, healthy, balanced routine, this could very well disintegrate into some kind of illness. So we need to be very conscious about our health. If we have not paid attention to it, if we keep like, oh, we have this, idea, I'll go to the gym next week, or I'll stop eating cookies next week, or something like that. Next week is right now. We need to get to it. We need to be conscious. We need to be focused. And my favorite word, we need to be disciplined. This is not easy. Not easy. It's gonna take our focus. It's gonna take our dedication. It's gonna take our commitment. But like I said, if we are not embracing a healthy routine, and we choose not a healthy routine, we can look for some kind of illness, because Saturn says, hey, you aren't healthy, you're not building a solid foundation, so I'm just going to kick it away and you can start over again. So make sure that we're getting our rest that we need, make sure that we're getting our exercise, make sure that we're eating the right foods, so that we can fortify ourselves, because we have something great going on. Remember the project, the relationship. We don't want that to just fall away because we're ill or something negative happens. So that's the big emphasis for this week. We also have Mercury going into Leo. It's like I said, we're going to be creative. We're going to feel confident. It also signifies a time that we need to make sure we're recognizing those who support us. And the negative, the flip side of Mercury in Leo, is if we or someone else is not feeling acknowledged, we tend to act out in a negative way to get the attention we're striving for. So be aware of that. There are those little inconjuncts this week. So our relationships are going to be a little tricky, but they're easily diffused. I mean, if someone in our life is feeling alone and left out and nobody cares about me, we can take that step to help them feel recognized, acknowledged, and supported. And you will not believe how that diffuses the whole situation. Now, going back to Mars in Virgo, on the negative side of Mars in Virgo, if we are feeling insecure, if we're feeling unworthy, unsure of ourselves, everyone's got more than me, the whole lack thing. This energy, the negative side of this energy is criticism and righteousness. So be careful if we find ourselves being overly critical of someone else, if we find ourselves puffing our chest out and being very righteous about something, then we need to pay attention to why are we feeling this way? Because it's covering up some place that we're feeling unworthy. And vice versa, if we're dealing in a relationship or our friends, family are being very critical, very judgmental, it's our opportunity, if we are conscious, to kind of get a feel for where they're coming from. And just like Mercury in Leo, we can diffuse the situation by really listening and honoring where that person is coming from, where the partner, the family member. We don't have to buy into the story for sure, but just be there for them. Listen, so important. We can listen, we can give them some nice support, and maybe that will help diffuse their unworthiness, their fear. So that's the week ahead. We have, I said Wednesday is a great night for getting a new date, going on a date. These days we're doing a lot of online dating, so if we're into that, make sure we got that fired up and see who comes up. But then on Friday, with there's that Leo energy, so we might run into again people, partners, family members, coworkers who are feeling unsupported, and they may act out negatively to get the attention that they're striving for. So be there, be present, because also with that little tension, that relationship tension, that inconjunct, we also have the Sun in Cancer sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So we can feel, we can be empathetic. That Sun in Cancer, very nurturing, just being there for whoever it is who's struggling and understanding it's not personal. And that's what we have to remember this whole week. I almost forgot to say it. If someone is coming at us being critical and being judgmental and righteous, remember it has nothing to do with us. It's their own projection. So don't fall into being offended and going Debbie Downer on it. Stay conscious, be able to look at the situation and see if there's a way we can diffuse it. That's my best suggestion. So productive all week long, but on our own, and just keep our nose to the grindstone. And if we don't have healthy habits, let's get going, because the energy is there to really have things fall apart if we're not being committed and dedicated to making sure our bodies are healthy. Okay, and then on Saturday, we have the moon is in Cancer. So it could be a great night, but we have that other little inconjunct there. So there may be feelings, and it's Leo energy. So there may be feelings of, again, not being supported, not being paid attention to. So if we find ourselves running into that with our partner, in a way, just to diffuse everything is just to make sure we're telling everyone in our lives how much they support us, how much they mean to us, and how much we appreciate them. And watch the energy shift. Our partner, I don't want to go there because, and just being difficult. And then we can be very calmly, okay, dear, okay, where would you like to go? We don't have to get into the drama. We know what's going on. We're conscious of what's going on. So we can take the high road and be objective and try to balance out that energy and still have a great date night. So that's the week ahead. Nose to the grindstone. Don't look for outer support, but have fun during the evenings with friends, family, co-workers, partners. And Wednesday is a great time to find a new relationship. They might just walk into our lives, so have our antenna up. It's a great time to support and enhance our current relationships. And again, we go back to Friday where we're feeling really good like Wednesday night, and then we go to work or we're working back on our project and we feel kind of like, where is everyone? We were having so much fun last night, but now nobody wants to have anything to do with me. So just keep focused, keep committed, keep dedicated, both in our work and in our health, and we will have a successful week ahead, plus a great date night on Saturday. If we're listening to our partner and we're honoring our partner and we don't get offended or defensive, we work to diffuse any kind of tension. All right, so that's the week ahead, and we're going to get started like we always do by becoming balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher selves by taking our 3 deep cleansing breaths, and then we'll say our Sun in Cancer affirmation. Let's take our first deep cleansing breath. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. One more. On this third breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the negativity, all the toxicity. We see it all flowing out of our body, just flowing away. In its place, we see this beautiful light made up of white light, love, and goodwill. Not only do we see it filling our bodies, like coming in from the top of our heads and just filling our whole body with light, love, and goodwill. Not only that, this incredible energy is protecting us, deflecting all evil, all low vibration, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher self, we will say our Sun in Cancer affirmation. As above, so below. I contain the entire universe within me, and from that space, I grow and glow. We'll say the affirmation, and then we'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for 5 seconds. Let's say the affirmation. As above, so below. I contain the entire universe within me, and from that space, I grow and glow. Good, good, good. So here we go. Great week ahead. Remember our affirmation. We have everything we need within us. That is the keynote of the Soul Sister channel. That's what the whole Soul Sister channel is about, is helping us understand that the answer is not out there. The answer is all within. So we got to keep working on developing that relationship with our higher self, with God, our soul, whatever you want to call it, by allowing that connection to take place through quiet and centering so we can hear our guidance, we can hear our direction. And we will learn, the more we do it, how our higher self communicates with us. And we're not going to get a knock on the front door. Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Hello? Hey, this is a great idea. I think, no, that is not how it's going to happen. I guess it could happen. It could. Doubtful. But by listening to our intuition, by listening to our gut instincts, by tapping into our wisdom and experience, we will be successful in whatever project we're working on right now. So don't forget to meditate and try to do it every day. And as I have said so many times, meditation is unique for each person. So don't think you have to sit in the corner and go for 3 hours. It could be a walk in the woods. It can be listening to beautiful celestial music. It can be working in the garden. It can be riding our bikes. Whatever it is that allows our brain to settle down and just be in a space where we can listen. Make sure we do that, and that will really, really help us navigate the week ahead. It's not going to be I don't think it's going to be too full of tension unless we insist on promoting our agenda with the outer world, and they're not interested. They have their own thing going on, and they don't not want to hear what we have to say. So if we insist on doing that, we're going to get the kickback from forcing something when it's not being supported. But don't throw the baby out. Just keep working. Keep going forward, making those adjustments, making those refinements, reviewing, testing. We will still be moving forward and be productive this week just on our own. So come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my daily inspirational messages. I also do silly memes. Well, some of them are silly, some of them are inspirational, some of them are heavy duty, but you got to have humor if you're in the spiritual world. You can't take yourself too seriously. You can't. You have to be able to laugh at yourself and the world around us. So check me out there. If you like the message of the Soul Sister channel, please share the message so that we can help all of our brothers and sisters understand that it doesn't happen out there. You're not being controlled or buffeted unless you're unconscious. The more conscious we become, the greater the ability for us to create the life we want. And by really listening to our higher self, meditation, by checking the energies to help us kind of navigate what's going on the week ahead, we can really be successful. So have a great week, and we might even get a new boyfriend or girlfriend on Wednesday night. You never know. It could happen. And then on Saturday date night, just make sure that we're acknowledging and appreciating our partner. They may be a little bit cranky if we haven't been paying attention to them, so make sure we do that, and we'll have a nice date night. All right, remember the keyword for the Soul Sister channel, life is lived from the inside out. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you next week. Namaste.